Hello guys, and welcome back to Coniferia, where in this episode we are going to implement yet another one of you lovely people's suggestions, a recreational beach on the perfect location here in the city of Port Douglas. Now, whether you are new or regular here on the channel, you are of course very welcome on board, as we are building Coniferia, our fictional and highly detailed City Skylines region, taking inspiration from New Zealand, Australia, Canada and the US. And as always, if you enjoy my content, I would greatly appreciate a like, comment, subscribing and enable notifications, as it increases the reach of the channel and puts me one step closer to quitting my job and living off city skylines and sand from the beach. Don't you just love the fresh smell of salt water and sun lotion? I know I do, and as said, we're building a fully functional beach today. This is one of the, as I mentioned, it's one of the most upvoted viewer suggestions, and it's something I've been meaning to do for a while. I have built some rather simple beaches in the city of Pine Harbor, where much of the downtown, of course, is flanked by beaches on all sides. But we haven't yet done any sort of real beaches here in Port Douglas, and now's the time, because obviously it's a city that is full of beaches. We just need to start decorating them and make them functional. Now, I know that there's been an asset published some weeks or months ago that acts as a functional beach, and it's basically some props and some of these hang around markers, which creates this look of people taking a little dip in the water and walking around the beach. And I think that's an awesome asset, but I'd prefer to do it the custom way myself, because then I can better, I feel, align it a little more with the depth of the beaches we have here in Port Douglas, and just sort of adjust it to what we need. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are just gonna clean up some of the trees around here, maybe till here. I would like this to be a little more wild over here and here as well. And we're gonna work with this main beach today, which is, I think we're gonna call it North Beach. And then given my incredible creativity, this will be South Beach. Yeah, sorry, but for now, that's my suggestion. If you've got a better one, let me know in the comments. If you need a little context, we are of course kind of in between Inner Brickville, the main central train station, and downtown Port Douglas. So what should this be called? We can call it something that has nothing to do with that as well. Anyways, let me know in the comments. With the trees out of the way here, the first thing I'd like to do is just to do a bit of terrain changes, because I don't feel that the beach we've got here is it's not big enough. It's probably the right term. So I'll see if we can just smoothing is not gonna help. We are going to have to grab our tool to just kind of drag it out. So let's just take the height we've got here, and we are simply just gonna make it bigger overall. We'll extend it over here, I think. There you go. I don't mind that there's like a small inlet here of a sort. So we'll go with this, and then of course we'll be just having a look at the size. Speeding the game up a bit. And I think this looks about right, actually. We're gonna go with this. So obviously, laying here, you're gonna have some fantastic views. We've got Pine Harbor here in the distance, the mountain ranges of the mainland. We've even got, we can see some mountains here on this island here, and we can see the new district of Hillside we built in the previous episode. Towering up here. So this is about the size of the beach I'd like. So now I'm just gonna use my brush here to smooth it all a bit. Ooh, yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to be a little more subtle, obviously. But generally I'm gonna grab this height here, which is underwater, and then I'm gonna expand that a bit out. There you go. And then I'm gonna start smoothing. Smoothing, hopefully. Let's see. I don't want the depth to increase dramatically, because we're gonna place some of these hang around markers out here so that we have the illusion of people enjoying their time in the water, and obviously we don't want it to be too steep so that they are completely immersed. But I think this is fine for now. I think next up I'm just gonna start adding the props that we are gonna need, because if I place the props at first, that's gonna give me a better idea of where I want to place these hang around markers. So let's see what we've got. I should have a decent selection, and I've also got this sea foam, which I'm also gonna be adding. So maybe we should actually just start with that, because that's gonna add a fantastic effect. What I can do is I can grab these two behind here, and I can just start lowering them so that they are less visible as such. I can add them where the sea foam is a little too thin. Let's have a look. That looks pretty good. Gonna grab some waves then. I think that would be fitting. Let's see, I think Ronix made these. Yeah, animated sea foam. Let's have a look. Looks pretty good. We can also adjust these in height if we want them to be a little less visible, because right now they are very dominating, so we can just lower them ever so slightly. As such, makes them stand out a bit less, a little less white, basically. Let's just adjust this foam here. That is starting to look really cool, huh? Awesome. Let's grab some beach props. We are gonna start with... Okay, let's just make... We'll make stairs. What? Chair? Okay. We are going to add these, I feel, to a new custom tag called beach. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add all these that I need, and I'll speed this up for you guys. Look at all the other assets we have. So I think we are gonna start placing down some towels right about now. And I'm gonna see if I can just create like a random mixture here that is then hopefully copy pastable. I think that would be really nice if I could. Create something I can copy paste. It's just gonna make it a lot easier. So I'm just like copy pasting just random selections of what I've already created. And then hopefully it's just about random enough for it to be believable, and you know, for us to not have like a ton of repetition everywhere. It's just by randomly selecting you know, a selection of assets, so like this for instance, and then just copy pasting that into another area so that it's all a little mixed up. Then when that's settled, I'm just gonna add some more chairs. Wouldn't people take a small table with them? I think they would. Alright, so for starters, that is pretty good. And we've got these selections where we can once again just copy paste and move the whole thing up just a bit to kind of populate the beach a bit more. Grab all this and add it here, maybe over here as well, like so. And now we're really starting to have a pretty random mix. We can add some more of these these wonderful beach poolside people props that are just, you know, laying around chilling. This guy is just having a good time chatting up his girlfriend. Got some people here, some friends. They've got a few chairs with them as well. They've of course got an umbrella, whatever you call it, a parasol. Ah, look how colorful these are. That's great. And I think it's good if I do like a massive selection and just ensure that they are aligned to terrain height. Because I just saw a dude floating midair, and while the beach prop of this guy does look pretty zen, he doesn't look that zen. I'm pretty confident he can't float midair. Let's have another look. I think this is pretty good, right? I mean, we want a lot of people to be in the water as well. So we're not expecting every towel to be occupied by someone tanning. People would be out there enjoying this these awesome waves. And look at the amount of people that are just ready to. They all have a red themed. So do we have like a next match is, oh, okay. I won a game, nice. Anyways, the next up is to add these hang around markers. So we've got these big ones that we can use, these large hang around markers. And I'm gonna try and place some of these and see how they work. So we'll start out alongside the coastline here, and we'll add a few out in the waves as well. And then we'll see just how crazy it gets. We are going to also have to add some form of paths here connecting. And what I'm gonna do here is just gonna turn off all this stuff so that we can just go anarchy mode. And first I'm just gonna paint this out. We'll have a walk down here by the beach as well, of course. And I'll just have multiple routes overlapping, so that it's not too clear that people are like, you know, they're following a really guided line. Don't really want that, because it is a beach. So when you get up from your towel and you want to go take a swim, you're gonna pick the shortest route. You're not gonna confine yourself. And that's why I'm adding a ton of these routes. Now I'm just gonna check if these markers work by speeding up the game and seeing if people are actually drawn to the beach. And they really aren't. At least not in the sense I would have liked. So what I'm gonna do instead is use a different spawner. This park people generator, which I know works. So I'll just have to place it close here, but then I can spam it furiously everywhere. There you go. This should have an effect. And I think I'm already now just gonna turn, I'm gonna upgrade these walkways to the invisible ones. Because obviously I don't want it to look like this. The exception, I guess, of these ones, because they help outline where I don't want all my greenery to be. So that's important. Yeah, because in these places I'm gonna add some grass. And let's once again see if we can draw some people to a beach. Ah, oh, so close to taking the first dip. Come on, Amanda. Alright, we've got a few people. We've got a Max here taking a nice stroll along the waves. Getting his feet wet. Nice. I think in the meanwhile we can just jazz up this area a little. This is Coniferia after all, and it's, as a region, it's completely overgrown. You guys sort of already know that's part of the theme. And we have a bit of activity down here. Great to see. There's slowly but surely more and more people here. 2 Grams making their way. Jeremy, Robert, go for it, dudes. I think we'll get some lifeguard towers going while we wait for this to fill up. Got these awesome assets here, and let's just see how many we need. We're gonna need 3, I think. Not too far away from the beach either. So 1 here, 1 in here, and 1 over here. Then I'm just gonna move some of the props closest. Give them time, and or not time, give them a bit of space to work with. And look at this, guys. People are actively enjoying our beach now. And I think that we've pretty much nailed the positioning of these spawners in relation to how far out into the water people are willing to go. I think this looks pretty realistic. With this done, there's 2 things I'd like to do. I'd like to add some buildings here, some bars maybe, beach bars, maybe a bit of parking even. But what I actually want to do first in terms of building is to up the density of this block here in particular, because I feel that it's not really dense enough. I mean, this is obviously a fantastic location. You've got a bus station. No buses running, sorry, I'll get that fixed. But you've got a bus station, a main train station. You're right next to corporate downtown Port Douglas for jobs. You're right next to Inner Brickville for your hipster food needs. So this block, you'd want to live here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this quite massively actually. So I'm gonna apply a filter here to find it, so that I want buildings that are at least 65 meters tall, because the whole idea here, of course, is to increase the height. And then I think we're going to we're not gonna use vanilla buildings for now, so I'll sort them out. And I'd prefer it to be residential, but we can use Rico to change it. Let's just bump up by 1 more and see what we've got. So I think this one, for instance, let's just pause the game, have a look. It even has a pool, so it kind of fits the theme. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it, and then I'm going to just build it into this building here, so that we have this courtyard visible back here. Can we lower? We should probably not lower it. This is fine. It actually sort of fits, and then you've got this open court back here. Obviously, this requires of us to remove some of this decoration, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and delete this actually, because what I want instead is I want a building here as well, and a tall one at that. So let's see what we can find. I don't think I've used this one. And maybe that's the perfect fit, because it certainly has a ton of, what's it called? It has a ton of balconies, which would be very fitting for a place like this. Let's just see. We'll of course have to, do we want the court? No, we want it to be like this. And we still want to have room for this court back here. Let's just have a look. And there is no problem. Perfect. Perfect. And maybe I can even grab these decals and then change it all up. I can remove these decals here. grab these and fill up this area here. So we're going into just a bit of detailing now. But I mean, it's what I've been playing for a couple of hours now, and I haven't built any buildings yet. That's you guys know that's not gonna work for me, right? So we'll just do this for now. That's perfectly fine, I think. Let's see what this adds. So this building here is actually an office, which I'm gonna change because I don't really want that. This building here is a 60 household building. Is that true, given the amount of floors? That doesn't make any sense. We're just gonna change this. I'm just completely eyeballing here. Let's say there are 95 flats in this building. And then I think this building is probably okay for now. We should do a little check just to see if there's something worth adding to it, which could be this one, but that would also make this corner incredibly built up. But I mean, it does make sense, right? We are so close to such a prime location. I think it would make sense. So I'll just see if I can get a good fit. Have these two be joined up. No, maybe it should just dominate this corner then. And then if we can move this one just a bit back. Is that too much? No, it's not. It's perfectly fine. And then we've got like an open square here. Is it too... Yeah, it's probably too small for this planter here. Is it? We can just hide some of it. Like so. Cool, that's a nice front. We've got some stores here, street level, and here as well. So that actually works out pretty well. Back here, the path is still completely intact. So we are pretty happy about that as well. All right, I think it all works, to be honest. That certainly should add some extra population. 95 households here. What about this bad boy? 77. And then I'm gonna go into Reco mod and I'm gonna change this one to a residential building instead. So I've just added it as a local. I'm gonna say residential, workers or homes. Let's just keep it for this, and we're gonna say save and apply changes, and there you go. It's now a residential building with 64 households, which is probably fine because there's also 60 households in the base, so that's okay. Let's take a look at the 3 towers we've got going now, or 4 towers even. That is quite an impressive sight. So I think this is a better reflection of just how awesome this location is. I mean, if you've got an apartment here with, you know, look at these balconies, right? That is quite a view. Let's just jump into this building. I know I'm being weird now, but it's all for the sake of role-playing. Look at this view. Amazing. All right. Next up, we were talking about some beach bars. So let's see. Oh, looks like I've already looked for a toilet or two. Which I guess we'll need as well. So why not add one? We'll add one over here. Sort of on the back of things, hidden away. In the shade of trees, you can poop in peace. Anyways, beach bar. Let's see if we've got beach buildings of some sort. We do have a couple. We've got this beach restaurant, which is pretty cool. And this place as well. So I'm just gonna pause and I'm just gonna remove this. So we've got a bit of space to work with. we'll place down this one as well. Let's see if we've got a bar or of some sort. That's a good use here. Could do something like this actually. Does it have outdoor seating? Looks like it does. So if we just do like this, it's even facing the water. Yep. But I think we'll switch these around then. Oh. Move this over here. Next to the toilets. And then here we've got another beach bar that's really cozy as well. So I'm gonna use the Bob mod to just remove some of the props here that I don't really want. This is a bar as well of some sort, so we're just gonna add some tables to it first. Just some small tables at first. We'll go for props, and we'll go for these because they're already being used near the bar. Grab everything and say adjust to terrain. Oh, that's yeah, that's not gonna work. Why is that so low? Interesting. Anyways, we're gonna grab everything except for the building and say adjust to terrain. There you go. Much better. And this has sort of a gravel theme going on, which I guess is actually pretty fitting. So we'll just use that for starters here. Like so. And I was thinking, don't we have, there's like an asset for volleyball playing of some sort. There is right here. Let's get that as well. And we are just gonna flip it. Move that over to the side here. Like so. And I'll see if I have some form of props that makes sense to detail with. Hoping I would have, yeah, something like this, so that you don't smash your volleyball into people's drinks, so that it doesn't run amok. Symbol additions, cool. We'll grab one of our 1 million people spawners down here, and we're gonna add some up here to kind of congregate around this whole volleyball picture. And I'm actually not a fan of this gravel here. It's a little too much. We'll decal our way out of this, but I think first we're gonna grab Bob, and then we're gonna have to remove this weird hedge here. Let's see, we've got some, there you go. And I'm gonna remove this as well. Something like that is perfectly fine. We'll add some decals. We're not gonna go too heavy on the detailing here. Just add some decals to make this all blend in a little bit. We've got a stain here we can grab. It's just a super easy way of adding some detailing without spending too much time on it. I'm gonna add these dirt decals here. Let's see. There you go. We're gonna use the Bob mod to remove these weird looking trees as well. Not really sure what they are called. Green tree. Oh yeah, well, obviously. It's me being stupid here. There you go. And will have some access to this. I'm just adding a few bushes here. Yeah, probably can. Ooh, I can just sneak that in there. There you go. Perfect. Then we are going to grab this pedestrian path here to just spice up the boardwalk here a little more. Well, it's not actually a boardwalk, but whatever. We're gonna spice up whatever we call this. It's just a very simple pedestrian path, right? So, yank. Up till here is fine. And that is one very, very long segment. We'll have to fix that. And we can easily do that, of course, by just adding nodes and then adjusting accordingly. Like so. And that's actually that's it. Great. Then we can go over here and grab the fence we used the other day as well. Quite like the look of it. And then we can go back and we can just spice it up a bit by adding some fencing to these. Yeah, it really just wants to grab a hold of stuff, this particular fence. So I think we're gonna have to do this the manual way, but that's okay, that's okay. It's not really tricky to place. We'll just make sure it's aligned to the terrain, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And I think we should actually continue this boardwalk because it just looks a lot better, right? Let's see. We can find it. I'll just move this out of the way. Go into picker. It's this one. Yeah, it just looks much better. Now it doesn't handle curves the best, but I'm hopefully able to adjust my way around it. There you go. Awesome, I really do like that actually. I would like to line this with bollards as well. This particular road here. So we're gonna make a line here with intersection marking tool. We're gonna go into prop and we'll select our bollard of choice. And this is absolutely fine. We'll reduce the steps to 2 meters, making it really tough for our vehicle to use it. And the alignment, we'll drag it in by 0.3 meters here. And over here as well. Great. Let's actually see if we can just copy paste this entire thing. We can. Oh, we can actually... this path here allows for intersection marking tool. That's very cool. It worked. This segment is perhaps just a bit too long. There you go. Whoa! I know the Golf is a capable all-arounder, but this is great marketing on behalf of Volkswagen. Now, an additional thing I'd like to do is actually add a crosswalk, a crossing here. Can we stretch it? No, sorry, that's completely wrong, of course. Yep, and then we've got some detailed crossing over here as well. So I'm just gonna grab some of the decals I've used here. These and these. I think this is a really nice little addition, making it more pedestrian friendly basically, and yeah, just overall easier for pedestrians, of course, to use it. And I wonder why it looks so thick. Is that because I've actually scaled down these roads? No, I haven't. That's weird. Let's check here. No, 100%. Okay. Whatever. Not really sure what that's about. There you go. And if we're really pedestrian friendly, we're gonna add some traffic lights here. With that said though, I have a bug currently where I basically don't really have any traffic lights on my road, so I'm gonna need to fix that. There's probably some mod adding up. But anyways, I think that where did our foam go? There you go. Anyways, I think this concludes the beach we've created here. I think it's a pretty cool look. And if you've stuck with me this far, then thank you so much for watching, of course. And I've probably already begged for a like and a comment in the beginning of the video, so I won't do that again. But you're very free to liking and commenting, of course. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say. I'm gonna shoot some juicy cinematics for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.